man. Like, what'd he do?
Oh man, and caught up with him.
So we got a question from
All right,
Melissa.
Melissa says, "What are your views on interracial couples?"
I love it.
I don't even know if I believe you the way you said
participate
it.
freely.
Right, I love it. Oh no.
I love it
I
because
just kicked one out the bed last week. No.
After I put
like-
my beer back on.
like Mike said earlier, I like seeing people uncomfortable, and because I always, want to. I never been in that position, but I like to be in a position where I'll go around their family, and their family ain't too fond of people like me, and like I kind of force a situation on them, especially the grandpa, man, or whoever really don't like black people. That's the one who I'm gonna lean to the most, and I'm just gonna be in it. Like I just like keeping
one that's gonna call you boy. Oh,
how you doing?
yeah, don't do
Like,
it, bro.
I'm gonna be up under him, boy. But yeah, whatever happens,
He gonna be up under him. Wait a minute.
Nah,
Sir.
but
Sir.
like if people happy. I don't like it if people is looking at it as if it's a fetish though.
Right,
I don't like that. But if you actually genuinely like this person and you really want to embrace and learn that culture, by all means, cool. But don't be up there. Don't try going to something and then deny, if y'all have a child, deny that y'all child one of the other cultures. Like they still let them be a part of both sides of the family and whatnot. Don't be like, all right, this kid half white, half Indian, but we just gonna focus only on the white side. You ain't gonna really mess with your Indian today. I don't like that.
Right. All right.
Battle.
Well, I don't have a problem with it personally, but I couldn't be in one, not because of the skin color of anything like that, because that's not the problem. The problem is there's two things. One of them is I'm afraid of white women, and white women afraid of me. Like
I'm afraid of you.
Shut your ass up, Dre. But when I see interracial couples.
Stop laughing.
What do you
gotta say?
Yeah. Hey, let them cook. Hey, let them cook.
You get 6'5",
I'm 6'7".
6'7". He go, I'm scared of white women.
I am, bro.
You got a valid reason.
I'm gonna give you.
You got a valid reason.
Hey, listen, like I'll explain that to you later. But when it comes to interracial relationships, I have no problem with it because I know a few that the neighborhood I grew up. I'm from Chicago originally. All right.
Yeah.
I'm from the South Side of Chicago, which everybody make it seem like, ooh, you from the South Side. Like, yeah, so what, right? So we had a white family that lived in our neighborhood who obviously, where there's nothing but black people around, so they dated black people in our neighborhood, okay? So to me, it became normal to see white people and black people have that relationship. And then we didn't, since I was able to grow up and see it, I didn't look at it as a bad thing. Because now these days, especially if you speak to black women, black men sleeping with white women, that's just crazy. Like, why is it crazy? Love is love. A relationship is a relationship no matter what the skin color is. But for me, I'm afraid because when I was in school and I had just got to college, I had just left Chicago. I went to a small college in Parsons, Kansas called Lebec Community College. All right. I was there 3 days. And I guess it was this girl who liked me. She was a white woman. She came up to me. She was speaking to me, talking to me, or whatever. And me being me, I'm just talking, having a good old time. As I'm leaving, I come to find out that when I got to the gym, my coach was like, hey, the girl Hannah, her name was Hannah, she just called the school, called the, what they call the sport,
The athletic director.
The athletic director. She called the athletic director and told the athletic director that I was trying to hit on her, and that she was afraid of me because I looked aggressive. All right. Now, mind you, I had just got from Chicago. Yes, I look aggressive. I had on baggy jeans. I had on all red. I got tattoos all over the place, so I always showed them or whatever. And then when she was speaking to me, I didn't know how to turn my nigga off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know how to turn that off. I just talked.
Yeah.
So everything was, this, and like, I was saying nigga a lot. I'm not gonna lie. And I was saying this shit and this and all this motherfucker shit, all this shit weird out here to me. That's how I was talking.
Right.
When I got there, come to find out, she called the AD. He sat down and he explained to me, and he also acknowledged that I can't talk to, he didn't say people. I can't talk to white people like that, because if I do, it makes it looks like I'm coming off as aggressive, and white women don't, he installed this into me. White women don't really mess with black athletes in this town. And I put that on my mama. That's exactly what he said. And ever since that day, I've been afraid to talk to white women, be around white women, or even have a relation in any kind of way. But that's just the effects that it took on me. But when I see other people, like my friends and stuff, that dealt with it, I'm like, I used to be like, man, your ass gonna go to jail. I used to literally say that, like, because that's how afraid I was. But when it comes to relationship, I don't see nothing wrong with it, but I'm afraid of it. Like, for real afraid. Not none of that I'm joking. No, I'm afraid of it.
That's fair.
Yeah, and it's okay. You don't have to apologize, Melissa. That's not your fault. It just that was what I was introduced to as soon as I got out of Chicago. So it made me scared. And ever since then, I've been scared. And even to this day, it's weird as shit. I'm still afraid.
So what if it's not white? What if it's a woman that's just not black?
Spanish. What is she Spanish?
Like Cuban.
See, that's different, because nobody told me that I'm going to die if I mess with a
Okay.
Spanish woman. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
It wasn't installed in me at that time. Like, it was just literally white
This is
women.
white
It wasn't-
women.
Yeah, it was just white women. And it's sad because, you know what I
That's
mean?
the
White
last-
women that's hella cool. That I know now, that's cool and shit, funny.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
shit like that. But I can never see myself with him. Not because I don't think there will be a good partner. It's just my friends, they be thinking, my friends think I lie, like Dre. I tell him, like, I ain't never slept with a white woman. Oh, you lying. I'm really not. I'm really not. Not because I didn't want to. I was just afraid to do it. And still today, I'm still afraid to do it. Even when I'm out in public, if I'm in a room and it's me and 5 white women, I'm leaving.
What you doing in there?
I'm
I'm
out.
talking Dr. Umar. Hold on.
hey, listen.
What's that?
listen.
What's that?
But if it's me and y'all in there and they in there, I'm cool.
Get out.
Yeah,
You
get
running
out.
like get out.
Hey, look, I'm leaving. And they didn't do nothing to me. It's just that I'm really, boy, I am afraid to go to jail.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel
Me
that.
too.
So
It ain't for me.
I'm not.
Anything that I feel like I'm gonna go to jail for, I don't do it. I don't do it. And I know it sounds sad, man. I'm sorry. I don't mean, and Melissa, don't look at me different. We still can be cool. We can be friends, but we just can't be in the room together. That's all I'm saying.
Not alone.
Hey,
Not alone. Thank you for
right,
you.
elaborate.
Who fixed that for me? Thank
got
you. Not alone.
got you.
That's it. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, like I feel that though, because I've had that same exact thought, but nobody never told me what they told you. That's just the fear I got, because I ain't got no common sense. But I'm just like, man, nah, bro, because if I'm in here with you and something crack off, boy, it's over for me.
It's over for me. Like, it's
Yeah.
over.
That's it.
It's your word
any-
against mine.
Any little thing, it could be, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even that even if I wasn't dressed like how you was dressed,
Mhm.
or I wasn't talking the same way as you,
Mhm.
just the fact that I was there and you was offended, I feel like they just gonna do everything in they power to make my life a living hell. And I don't want no parts of that. I don't want to do nothing. So I just never been really attracted to a white woman like that or anything. So it ain't got nothing to do with racism or none of that. I'm
That's
just
what I'm
like,
saying. I'm not a racist.
I just don't
I'm
feel
scared.
like I don't feel right like I just don't feel like I'm gonna be cool, and then it's just gonna. I feel like it's always gonna be some animosity. Somebody gonna be staring at my kids, want to touch my kids' hair like they monkeys or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, and I'm like, nope. I just don't want to do that, and I'm like, I had people touch my hair. I'm like, what was you rubbing on my hair for?
They're gonna think you got a little Patrick Mahomes.
Hey,
yeah, like boy, and that's another thing. We ain't gonna talk about that one, but it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I got white friends. I die for them, treat them the same. This dude here, and like, you know what I'm saying? We
That's
cool.
all I saw today on the field. Is just
I told you, boy. Hey, look,
hey, man. To be honest, to touch on what you said, man, with it's to me, when it comes to that as well. I'm just too and then I don't like it when like outside of just us men, and that the one thing I didn't want also to be looked upon as with black women. Oh, look at him with that white woman.
Yeah, of course.
I hate that. I hate that.
You already know. You already know.
So what? You know what I mean? Like so. Yeah. Like so what?
This with white women. It ain't even no.
It could be a Mexican. It could be an Indian. Whatever. They cute. But so
white woman. Like, been there, done that, bro. Like, they thought I betrayed my whole entire race. I dated somebody of a different race, and my sister just every time she seen me, I'm like, what is the problem with me talking to her versus talking to you? Because the black girls ain't even giving me a chance. She just like me for me. I ain't gotta have none of that extra. Do nothing. If I came in here with a Ninja Turtle outfit on or looking like DeAndre with this Stitch outfit on, she's gonna love me nonetheless.
Did you just say the black women ain't giving you no chance?
They didn't give me no chance like that.
They ain't give you no play.
Who gave me some play? That was serious.
Oh, you see how you added.
We ain't gonna put no names out there.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna put no names out there because I'm afraid that y'all might have them on y'all friends list. So
we're gonna talk about that off camera. But anyway, I experienced that. My sister did that, and I didn't like that. She would try to say it jokingly, but she was serious.
For sure.
Yeah, you don't like black girls like me. I'm like, what you mean, black girls like you? They weren't trying to talk to you, boy.
But that's the thing. I think it goes back to what Chrissy says about generational trauma because there's this stigma against black women that they're more difficult to deal with than a white woman. Like a white woman will let more go by or give you more leniency than a black woman will.
Yeah.
And I just think a woman is a woman, right?
Like Walk said, I like
gives you more
leniency,
bro. That's because that's just how she is.
Like
it ain't got nothing to do with it. Personally, I don't have an issue with interracial relationships. I told y'all what I have an issue with. And that's my own trauma. That's my own trauma. Like I think you're gonna deal with the same family stuff, whether it's you go into a white woman's household, you're gonna deal with some family stuff. If you go to a Mexican woman's household, you might deal with some stuff. Asian woman, you go to a Vietnamese woman's house as a black man, her family got something to say.
You
get you an Indian woman and go there. Her family got something to say. So I really feel like the interracial part, you could run into that issue in any family. Even if you bring home a white woman or a woman brings home a white man, I feel like the family could say something, and a lot of times they will.
They will. They will.
And I feel like we have a little bit of the
women won't get it bad if they bring home a white dude versus if a black dude
I don't know.
White girl. No.
I mean, I have jokes. Like I'm not about to, shit talk them because they messing with a white guy, but I'm just gonna have my jokes because you messing with a white guy.
Right. That's where the end.
Yeah, friendly banter. It ain't like I'm really disgusted or I really don't like the fact that this is what you're doing.
Right, like Ty, get off the grill. You know you ain't about to.
Don't mean.
Right. When we look at the generational side of it all, I think the fear comes from the fact of how, like, if we look back at like Emmett Till and how he was accused by a white woman of touching her, and he was hung and dragged from a car and hung and all of this. All that. And so it's like I think, really. Black people were trained to try to protect their kids by scaring them away from that.
Yeah.
And it's lasted so long that even like when we were growing up, like my dad, what the hell's so funny, DeAndre?
Because it's a little inside joke with me and him, man.
It's good. It's good.
Oh shit! I was about to say,
no. It wasn't you. I tried to put my head away and I belched a little bit, and then I said, "Excuse me," and then he gonna cover his nose like my shit stank.
Okay, but I feel like damn, I done lost track now. We was trying to like they've been so used to trying to protect your family, but like in my household, or not even in my family, there was one person specifically who was anti-white, right? And he said a whole bunch of names for him that I'm not gonna repeat, but the thing was like he was always like he would tell me things that I notated. Like, man, dude, they'll catch you up and all they gotta do is call the police one time, and the police ain't gonna believe a word you say. They're gonna believe them. They're gonna believe this. They're gonna do this. If y'all have sex, they could say you raped them, and that's boom. And so it kind of stuck with me when I was growing up. And it wasn't until I was older that I realized, like, while some of that is true, like some of that is situational of what you put yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, Jennifer Aniston can get it.
I'm married. I've never had an issue with interracial dating. The issue comes into play when you down talk Black women in the process. Just my opinion. I agree.
Yeah, that's facts. That's loud.
I agree, because at the end of the day, your mama, your sister, your grandma, your auntie, they all Black women.
Because that's all I see on, like on these little social media, on them videos. Like, if like the Black dude, if you want a white woman, cool, but you ain't got to be like, yeah, man, this is why I don't. I mean, if you want a white woman, it's cool, but you ain't be like, yeah, this is why I got a white woman, because Black women is X, Y, Z, this, that, and blah, blah, blah. Like, all right, you got a white woman, cool. We don't care what the reasons why.
Right.
Be happy. Shoot. It sounds like they're still bitter, because it sounds like they're still upset.
That's what otherwise, it is. They hold on to pain.
And they hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody told that dude.
She ain't never give me no play, man.
And I see why.
That's why I went and got Ashley real quick. Ashley, tell her.
Ashley, love me.
Don't you love me, Ashley? Ashley, like,
say it, Ashley. She's like, I love you, Billy.
Billy, I'm dead. He's Daryl. I love you, Daryl.
Or some African name.
Oh my God! Yeah, don't start.
Those only names I be seeing under them, like them Kevin Samuel group posts. It'd be like some foreign names. Be the main ones trying to. I be thinking they insurgents, boy. They just be trying to like start bull stuff under the post.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I be terrified. I don't know. I don't know.
You be waking up with cold sweats. Oh shit! I thought I was married to a white.
I thought you was white, baby. Oh man.
And that's just a trauma thing. It's like it's not like because I wasn't taught that. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't taught to be afraid of interracial relationships. I wasn't taught that.
Right.
In fact, my grandma whooped my ass one time because I told her that when I was coming up, everybody seen the movie Roots, right?
Yeah.
So I was watching Roots, and one day I walked out going in the kitchen, and I told my grandmama, I said, I don't like white people, and I'll never help none of them. My grandma whooped my ass for about 5 minutes, and I'm not making this shit up. She whooped my ass about 5 minutes. Let me explain to you. Hey, when grandma put hands on you, grandma put hands on you.
That hurt worse than your parents, boy.
Hey, listen, you know what? What's the old girl that play on Harlem Nights? The
Monique.
Yeah.
Not Monique.
The one that was over the Madams.
Yeah. My grandma was built and looked just like that.
Oh my God.
So when I tell you she whooped my ass for about 5 minutes, and then as she whooped, you know how your grandma was back in the day. If you ever got your ass whooped by your grandma, she was whooping your ass and explaining to you why she was whooping your ass.
That's the worst. Now you gotta listen.
And I gotta listen why I'm crying. I shut up and listen to me, you know. So she had told me, and it's sad because today it is so true. She said, you'll never say that about a white person because they'll be the first ones to help you before these niggas do. And that hit home.
That was an old lesson.
Hey, listen, do you hear me? And when I got older, when I got ready to go to college, boy, that was so true, and it's still true sometime today. Still true.
I agree, Melissa.
I remember I told my mama. I remember I told my mama I wish I was white. I think I was like 8.
Oh, boy, what's wrong with you?
Because we had cable, but we didn't have cable. We had cable. We didn't have cable all the time. We had cable like about 3 months out the year. Every time we got it for free till they cut it off. And so it's summertime. I'm over here watching all the Nick Gas, Wild and Crazy Kids, like all the game shows on Nickelodeon, Double Dare, but it's nothing but white people on there. I'm like, boy, I said I wish I was white. Well, my mama slapped me over the couch. I remember I was just wearing my Spider-Man underwear, no shirt, no shorts, and I did backflip over the couch.
She slapped you out your clothes?
No. I was already in my drawers.
He was in a school uniform. She slapped the shit out of him.
Because I'm just watching it too, and I'm just like, dang, boy, they get everything. They get this Legends of Hidden Temple. I'm like, boy, they just having a ball. I said, man, I wish I was white. What? I said, see, and this is why I wish I was white. White kids ain't getting beat on like this. They making balls in the garage now.
From the sounds of it, she hit you hard enough. You seen nothing but white, didn't you?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got that wish. You got that wish for like 30 seconds.
I said, damn. I said that do not help at all.
Woo.
Well, yeah, but like you said, the fear, trying to scare you because of what that was instilled in them when they was younger.
Yeah.
I remember my grandma, she never told me. My dad told me she had told him. She said, don't you bring no pink toes home. I was like,
that was one of the names my that I wouldn't I
was like, what's pink toes? He's like, wait. I was like, man, grandma was like that. He's like, yeah, but that's before grandma found God. I was like, oh, okay. Because the guy heals everything.
Boy, he probably had a dictionary page full of names that he used to say. And I'm just like, boy.
He was like E40, he had his own language.
but if I like start naming some of them, you'd understand exactly like
who he's talking about.
The meaning of it behind it. Like,
don't do it on here.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't repeat it at all.
But why not?
No.
Because I'm just curious of what these words, because I want to see if it's something that my family have said. And I tell people all the time, like it with my family made me realize it just wasn't white people that was racist, because my family was racist too, in a way. Not to like to this thing where they just want to hurt people, just like with words though.
So they was prejudice.
Yes, thank you for fixing that. Yeah. So it was like, it's crazy. And I don't understand, because right now today I'm not like that. And I get it.
I think that goes back to like having those healthy examples, because like whether it's a good or bad example, we can make the choice to follow it or not.
Right.
The same way, like I said, I saw my parents arguing every single day. Mm-hmm. I mean, cursing each other out. I choose not to follow that same path with my wife. Like your family, you said, had the prejudice or the bigotry in it, and you chose not to follow that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I do. For sure, y'all. Excuse me. I do want to touch on one thing before I forget, though. But like, man, just that interracial relationship was always one of the things that just terrified me, and it just always did something to me. I don't know. However, it is. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Let me ask you: do you think it was tougher being in an interracial relationship? Because I know it wasn't a white woman, but it was still a woman that wasn't black.
Yeah. Nah, I was happy.
You may have been happy, but was it tougher?
I mean, I felt some challenges just because, I wasn't one of them. Yeah.
Have y'all dated outside of the black race?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was like, Durant was a language barrier.
No, I want to. Oh, you know what the language barrier was.
Nah, because my brother, he minored in it, so I'm going to like. So if I date,
your brother married her cousin. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, but I'm talking. He minored in the language. He studied abroad over there in Madrid. So
did he really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the language barrier was. So he know the language. So I'm about to say if I like not just necessarily white woman. If I did like out the race, I mean she could be white, she could be Slovakian or whatever. But if it was a language barrier, I think that would probably be my only issue because people personality, no matter what the race, it's still gonna be fucked up people in all families.
Yeah,
that you have to deal with. But I would still like to know what people saying if they're saying in front of me versus if they're saying something in front of me in English. Okay, you got an issue with me. Well, what's your issue? We can talk about it. But if you're talking in like Italian in front of me and I ain't never gonna know you, I just smile in my face, then I'm like, okay. So I'll feel like that would be an issue.
So when they look you in your face in a different language and say your hair thicker than the cotton you was picking,
you know what I'm
understand that.
I'll be like, hold on, and I just pull out Google Translate and I'm like, say that one more again. Say that one more again.
I'm dead. Now I really forgot what I was going to say. It was something about what Battle said about being taught, or not being taught necessarily, but just having that caution to dating a white woman. I can't remember what it was.
Damn. Like even if I got screwed over by a specific group, I'm still not about to, or a specific person from that group, I'm not about to just write that whole group off.
Okay, I remember.
You better than me, because I done wrote a whole group off.
This guy.
Oh, damn.
No, that is true. Sadly, growing up, we did have people that was white help us more than some black people did. We did have black people help us along the way, but if I named off people that really helped me put some stuff into perspective and show me that they cared, it's gonna be mostly white people, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you know, I mean, we can say her name on here. See, we had one.
That's why I say Rosie.
We had one. Miss Rosie was real nice, and she just put some stuff in perspective for us. I think that made me realize that we gonna have a life outside of high school. Because when we was in high school, we didn't, like I said, at least for me, I didn't see nothing after that. Not that I didn't have a plan or I was just out here doing, ripping and running the streets. I just didn't think about it legitimately until she put that into perspective. It was like, hey, you need to do something with your life, or you need to take school serious and get out of school, graduate. Not just graduate knowing that you did the best. Get up there. And then made me do that. So I keep that in mind. I never forget that stuff.
Rosie was the first non-black teacher that I had that cared.
Oh, so she was y'all teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And to say that, we were in 9th grade when we met her. And she stuck with us through 12th grade. And she was literally the only non-black teacher who cared, which is sad, considering the fact that we had to go 9 school years before we got to a teacher who actually cared enough to like explain that and talk to us like we were people. Like everybody else, it was a power thing. Like, I'm your teacher, you need to respect me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I did have one black teacher before that cared in middle school, and then since her, there was probably only 2 other teachers who truly cared.
Yeah.
One of them ended up Terry. I'll say first name. One of them was Terry. The other one was
shout out to Terry.
Katie.
Yeah, can't forget about Katie. Katie was the truth.
if you know the Dave Chappelle skit,
that's why I laughed when he said
like that. And it was very true.
Hey, we was there for her too, though. But it's those things that's crazy when now that somebody said that's true. Like, why does it have to be that way where they have to show us something? But there's my own people who didn't push me to do something or be better. It was them. So like I could pull up right now and talk to her, and she'd be like, "You did all this, da." Like, yeah, I did this. She's like, "I'm so proud of you. Look, you look at you." And I'm like,
and it's sad that it was like that though. And it's crazy because again, when my grandmama told me that, when I learned that lesson was it was a guy. It's funny because it was two guys in Illinois named, well, three actually, Terry, Nate, and Randy. They were friends, like best friends, like hung out every day. They was like brothers, but they were the ones who helped me start traveling to play basketball. They paid for my trips. They paid for my food. They paid for my room. All I had to do was show up and play. That's it. When they come pick me up, I'd be ready. And they took me to go play at these places, and I didn't have to worry about nothing. And outside of just the trips in basketball, one of them bought me a bike so I can be able to get back and forth to school. The other one used to give me lunch money every Monday so I could have money to go to school with. And then I'm talking about these are three white dudes now who didn't want nothing in return. You know, like even now today, I don't talk to them as much, but when we do, the fact that they're like, we are so proud of you, dude. Like they was like, you didn't go to jail. They funny too. They like, you didn't go to jail. You didn't die. You know, you didn't sell drugs.
Yeah.
And that's all they wanted. They just wanted me to be a better person. And to this day, and it wasn't just them. They were just the first ones that I met outside of that when my grandma said that.
Right.
You
know? Man.
See?
Crazy word.
White folks great.
Did you see what Melissa told you, Dre?
What did it say?
About they got devices now that can they have.
Oh yeah. I seen some of them.
Yeah, all on that band app.
I wonder if it's do it pick up all.
Just go ahead and hop on TikTok right now. Order you some real quick.
I'm dead. Hey, it was a dude on there, and he had a series where he would find white people doing some crazy stuff, and he made a song, and he said, "This is the type of white I want to be."
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, my dude was driving a boat car. I was like, "Boy, you get that?" He was in a boat to the street. He's like, "The type of white I want to be. I ride on the water with my family. Then I need the water hit the street." I was like, he got a whole series with all that. I'm like, you know what? I wish I could just go leave and go to like the mountains and just be up in the water, just doing stuff.
Doing whatever.
I can't do that,
man.
So he hit it on the nail. He hit it on the nail though by saying that, because I'm like, everybody had that thought. Like, dang, I wish I was like that. I was like DeAndre. I wish I was white.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm an active fool.
Because I remember last time I went to Denver, not last time, the time before, they was up there like it had they used for parasailing, so they had like the little parachute. And they just run and just jump off the mountain. I just seen like four of them just that's all they was doing, just slowly just cruising in the air.
Oh yeah, paragliding down.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
no.
That's some white ass shit.
No.
I'm looking at that.
Y'all lucky y'all got me up this damn mountain, let alone fly down. I'm good.
Because I'm over here walking the trail, and I just took a break because it's open. I'm like, beautiful. And all of a sudden I just see this white man. I'm like,
see, you already done did more than
I was just about to say, you walking the trail,
right? You know without them in them trails, like I rode up the mountain. And then I realized this ain't for me when that guardrail dropped off. And I was like, oh, damn. You mean I could just fly right on off?
Yeah.
Boy, you look up here real quick.
Fact, now that y'all said that, have you ever rode a semi truck out there?
No.
Yeah, I don't go to mountains.
I went one time. I had to go to Salt Lake City, okay?
Okay.
When I tell you, if you ain't never had your heart drop down through your nuts and through your ass, okay? Like, listen, bro. I almost quit that day. I almost stopped the semi-truck on the mountain when there wasn't no rail and told them motherfuckers they got to come get it because I'm walking home. I went
from Salt Lake City to Denver?
So I left from KC to go to Salt Lake City.
Okay.
So, go through the Rockies.
So I had to go through the Rockies. When I
With a semi?
Yeah, with a semi. Now, mind you, I only been driving like 5 months. All right.
Oh.
So
was it winter?
It was wintertime. You know it. I am dead, dude. Like I've never in my life said I wanted to quit in the middle of nothing. Like that's how scared I was of that mountain when it didn't have no rails. And
Shoot,
then
I would be too.
people flying, dog.
Yeah.
No.
They used to it. It ain't nothing to them.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going lead. I'm not making this shit up. 20 miles an hour in a 65 miles lane. I'm going 20. I'm not going that fast. I can't do it. And you going downhill too? No, I'm cool.
But shout out all the truckers.
Yeah.
Boy,
cool. I had to say that because
it
out that road, but out the side rails. I'm cool on that, dog.
I will say this. One of the dumbest decisions I ever made, we was on vacation. We drove to Galveston.
Okay.
Right? And that's a 12-hour drive. And my dumb ass was thinking, we'll drive from Galveston to Denver.
Oh, no.
It won't be too much longer. That was a 15-and-a-half-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue wasn't the 15-and-a-half hours. The issue was like 5.5 to 6 hours.
It was
nothing but Denver mountains, and it was on a 2-lane road.
What?
So
for how many hours?
Point,
5 to 6 hours.
Like 5.5 to 6 hours. It was a 2-lane road.
Oh.
I didn't see no other cars, but like one car every once in a while that would pass the other way. There was no cities. I'm driving through the mountains.
I bet it was only 80 miles.
When I tell you, I was sitting there going, y'all, we lost. We dead. We dead. We go like, and I got my wife and daughters with me, and I'm just sitting there like, oh, we lost. We gone for it, y'all. We done for it. The last time we stopped, we was in we had cut through New Mexico. We was like the top corner of New Mexico. And I was like, all right, let's stop and get some gas real quick. And they ain't even take card. You had to pay in cash. And I was like, what the hell?
You know why they probably didn't take
I knew
they didn't take it because they ain't had no signal out there to take the damn card.
When they had a bird that fly by.
I can't stop it. Even if we did see somebody, I can't stop and ask them for nothing.
Oh, shit, that's hilarious.
Look, Chrissy said, but you live. Look, in my Friday, you live to fight another day.
Yeah, see, you hear that? That's what made you who you are.
Arkansas has some steep, windy mountains too.
They do.
I ain't never been in them.
It ain't like up north.
Yeah,
it ain't like up north.
I ain't never been in the mountains, but I definitely been in some icy terrain before. North Dakota, I just don't understand how people live in there. How you live in there? It snows every single day, huh? DeAndre.
Icy terrain.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm for real. It snowed every single day we was there.
How long you lived? Did you live there or you just?
Nah, we was just visiting. I had some folks that got locked up. They was up there. And we went up there. I'm like, boy, what is going on here? We from Kansas. I thought snow get bad up here. Man, they just driving around and then we just to slide. And some dude just casually got out. I was like, mind if I drive your car? Where you going? We trying to get to that hotel right there. He was like, all right. He got in the car and just got up out of there, parked it and everything. We was looking stupid. Now we had to walk across the street, go over there. We said, thank you, man. Thank you. And he said, we just going to shovel out this spot for you. And then he gonna get back in his car and just ride off in the slush.
Like nothing happened.
Yeah, I'm like, that was so disrespectful but helpful. I was like, what?
That was helpful, spectful.
I was like, bro, what? This doesn't even make sense. I'm cool.
That's what them. I've been seeing videos of pickup trucks, like Rams, Fords up there pulling people, like from that last snow we had like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oklahoma and Atlanta, Georgia, around the area. Yeah, they pulling semis out, pulling just random people pulled over there. All right, just hook a chain up. And then like you said, once they get them out, they just put their chain back in the back of their bed and just keep on driving. All right, y'all.
Like, bro, follow me to where I'm going.
Christy, was that because of like elevation change, or do you know why you got bronchitis? Because like I can't go to Denver no more.
Because
every time I go to Denver, I have chest issues for some reason, and then it takes like a month and a half.
Chest to your back.
Thin air, boy.
I don't know. My fat ass and these lungs don't like Denver air.
Yeah, because I know
that's my favorite football team, but like
it's crazy.
Some air just be thick, bro. You be breathing.
It's heavy.
Man,
it's heavy.
Boy,
because you get to the top of Pikes Peak, and you don't even gotta walk. You can just step out, and then you like. Boy, like you gotta.
Yeah, it's like you breathing in fog.
Yeah, you gotta just quick, boy.
Well, listen, when you talk about North Dakota, I had to go to Fargo.
Oh,
I had to go to Fargo one time, and they had cut off. My trip was longer because they cut off parts of the highway because it was flooding.
Ooh,
I'm from Houston. You just drive through that.
Not with no truck.
What?
Yeah, go ahead and just go through it.
With what?
With your truck.
No,
boy, listen.
He almost called you. He's like, look at him.
He almost went back to Chicago for a second.
Shit, that motherfucking truck I would have did that truck how I was gonna do it when I was going to Salt Lake. I would have left that motherfucker.
You just
swam away.
Look, you back up about half a mile.
And then speed up and just go through it.
Just go through it.
Hey,
don't do that.
Be terrified. Hear my wheels pull through the water. You tripping?
I did that. I messed up. I had a '98
Civic.
Story, it was no truck though. It was a '98 Civic too. Boy, I love that car. I got from some little Honduran dude out there in Independence. And me and my sister, we was leaving Rosa Farm one day, like in April. It was just pouring down, and so we coming through downtown, going back to KCK, and right there by the River Market. So what's that? So that's 70. Yeah, so 70. It floods right there. I ain't know it flood right there when it rained. Because I just see everybody in the right lane. I'm like, boy, I don't know why they over there. We got these two lanes. Y'all stupid. And then all of a sudden, boy, I pull up. It was probably about 3 car lengths. It was just water, like on the left 2 lanes. And I seen like about 2-3 cars like past the water, but pulled over with their hats on. But it was raining. So I'm up there doing like 45. So I was going too fast to just slam on the brakes. And I was like, oh, shoot. But I started slowing down anyway, just out of normal reaction. And he had it tuned up, so he had the springs lowered in the front, like a Fast Furious car. So when I went, it was like a little spoon, like it just all the water just went over the car, and I like shoot. And then we get into the middle of it, and I'm looking at my sister, I'm like, we can't stop in the middle. So it was manual, so I put it in first gear, and I put it out. But what I found out, if you go through water, if your engine is sucking all that water, don't turn it off. Because that's why I just pulled over to the side and turned it off. Like, all right, man, I'm gonna give about 10 minutes to let the water drain out. Nah, well, what I was told, if it sucks in, you're supposed to just let it keep running so it can push it back out, or just turn that mug off in the water. I'm not about to turn it off in the water. That water was up like halfway to my door. But yeah, so that's how I messed my engine up driving through that water, man. But mind you, like I said, it was a Honda Civic. It wasn't no semi. But the semi, you'll make it. And if you don't
lie to him like that.
You see me shake my head like
he's
yeah, if you don't, you can just lay on top of it until somebody come get you.
Man, get out of here.
Hey, if you don't, you still getting paid by the hour, right?
There you go.
Damn, it's about a mile.
He's like, hey man, the captain is going down with this ship. I'm gonna get out and let that mug go. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. The diesel gone, but I'm still here. That's crazy.
That's how it was that last flood in Houston. People was laying on their roofs. Yeah, I thought about moving to Houston, but it had to be North Houston, like a city that's just north of it. So if it do flood, I'm kind of out the way.
You thought about it.
My family's from the Galveston, Houston area, so we like all between Houston and Galveston.
Yeah.
And Galveston, when it flood, boy, them cities be so like the streets, they be done for. But my dad, he'd be like, yeah, we still having church Sunday.
Nah, praise the Lord.
How you get there on a boat?
Hey,
yeah, he parked the Red Sea.
For some reason, they 2-wheel drive still work in flooded waters.
And when he told us that, I was floored. I was like, y'all be driving around on 2-wheel drive. You come up here, you better not drive around on no 2-wheel drive. Ain't no snow.
I'm about to say I go to Galveston once a year at the end of the year.
What we got?
What are your thoughts and opinions regarding a man holding on to a woman for selfish reasons when they know they should let him go? Duran, this is one for you.
Don't be trying to put me out there like that. I be free. Fly away.
Before we jump into that, Chrissy, so that's a little bit of a loaded question. We y'all don't know what she asking because I ain't put it up there. How long does your podcast normally last?
If you
it used to be 15 minutes, and then we was off.
My
right,
bad.
but we decided that our lives, at least especially our lives, we just gonna talk until we either lose the audience or guests don't want to talk no more. So however long everybody want to be on here, that's how long we go. We normally get on earlier than what we did tonight, but I was at that Chiefs game and didn't get home till late. So
I mean, well, thanks for rocking out because I didn't see till you just commented what time it was.
Yeah,
that's all right. So, Chris, and with that, Chrissy, if you want to be on, we got a spot for you next week.
That's crazy.
Same for you, Melissa. Offering everybody next
week. Offering everybody.
You can offer them, but don't say next week because then we got 40-something people up here.
Look.
You gotta set a limit.
Listen, I offered next week to battle, but he came on this week.
So how you know you don't want to come back?
I'll come back whenever you say come back.
He'll be back here with Chrissy and Melissa too.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all follow the page. We didn't even give no disclaimer, but yeah, we take guests. We've been looking for some women to come on here.
I think that's why next week might work. It might be a women's week.
Hey, it might be. It just might be.
But what are your thoughts and opinions regarding a man holding on to a woman for selfish reasons when they know they should let him go, Duran?
I gotta tell my name. We're not about to be friends no more. For me, I think it's stupid. Because if you don't want to be with somebody or you not happy with them, let them go. Let them go. There's no reason to put yourself through it. There's no reason to put them through it. Go be with somebody else that's to your liking and what you want and got what you want.
But it's not that they don't want to be with them, right? It's not that the man don't want to be with the woman.
It's right. You being selfish.
Yeah, because
when you toxic and you need help, you're abusive. That's abuse.
Yeah.
And you ain't gotta put your hands on nobody for abuse to happen. That's abuse. I don't condone that. I'm ready to crash out on anybody that's abusing somebody. Cause you ain't got to do that. You ain't entitled
to nobody.
You ain't got no obligations. It's like Battle said. As long as you're not married, you don't have no obligation. And I didn't learn that until I got into church. Because I was talking about some stuff I did in my past, and I meant to share that with you when you was talking about what you did with some of the stuff you did in your past. I was like, you got to stop letting that stuff hold you hostage because. Yes, you was wrong, but you already acknowledged that you was wrong and you knew what you was doing was wrong. But it don't have no premise over you now because those people didn't belong to you and you didn't belong to them. You didn't have no real commitment to them. So in actuality, all that stuff you did was just to somebody that you was talking to. It wasn't to like your wife. Now, if you include your wife, that's different. And that's the difference between dating and having a ring is you don't really have no commitment to nobody. It don't matter if they your fiance, y'all been knowing each other for 20-something years. Y'all really don't belong to each other. So at the end of the day, if y'all separate, it's not as bad as we make it seem. We're the ones that put that degree on it. But if you're looking at it in a logistical standpoint, those people never belong to you. So yeah, you did them wrong, but you didn't owe them that loyalty or owe them that. Now, should you try to do the right thing in a relationship? Of course. If you get engaged to somebody, should you try to deepen that commitment a little bit? Or that's an attempt to show that you want to be committed. When you actually get married, that's not the commitment. That makes sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
So, that's how that situation cracks off to me because I just look at it like, well, the people I was with, if I was going to be with you, then I would be married to y'all, but I'm not. I'm married to the person that I committed myself to.
Right.
I think a lot of it's fear. And I think it works in both ways. Whether it's a man or a woman, I think it's a fear of being alone. And I think we spoke of that earlier.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's you have to face yourself when you're alone. Right? You can't blame anybody else for anything else going on except for you. So if you ain't got enough money to pay bills, that's on you. If you can't put food in the house, that's on you when it's just you. But when you got somebody else there that you're holding on to, you can throw darts at them. It's your fault of this. It's you. I've done this. I did this. What are you doing? And I think a lot of men don't want to lose either what they consider a good woman or don't want to have to look in the mirror at themselves. And so they hold on to them. And it's, in my opinion, just a cowardly way of living.
100%. Hey, keep putting 2 comments up there. And then they got added some more stuff to it to give us a little bit more in depth.
You talking about the other comments?
No, I could just say that, but you ain't got to bring it up. She said that it's not like a relationship, but it's like more a situationship, stringing people along. So not like somebody just holding on to somebody. Like you know what I'm saying? You know, this is somebody you just had sex with a couple times a week and you keep pushing, but then you like, yo, you know, why you talking to old boy like that?
Mm-hmm. Right, okay, yeah. But yeah, I agree with what Kristen had just said, because if you can see it for yourself, like even if you're getting a bad end of the stick, the moment you see is the moment. That's when you need to realize what you want to do. Like, is it worth it to you to continue this or not? Because I'm just like,
you're gonna beat up. That's crazy.
What that laugh for?
Because of you.
What I do?
During while you can't not say pause when you get in the bad stick, dog. Bad end of it.
You see, I turned my head. I did this. That was me.
No, but I get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, but if you can't see it and you just taking full advantage of somebody, yeah, that's I don't care for that. But
sometimes it's, I think past relationships or the lack of those relationships can affect like how you respond to, like when a woman's heart was broken and now she's in this other relationship, she may not want to let that go because, like I said, it bounces back to that fear of being alone. It's a hard spot to be in.
Yeah, buddy boy. I remember I had my heart broken.
We ain't talking about you.
Okay.
You had your heart broken?
Yeah. Well,
I can honestly say I ain't never had my heart broken.
I was in a fetal position. I was in that mud for like about 6 days. and then on day 7, boy, like Maya Angelou said,
you came out like a butterfly.
You know what I'm saying? I rise again.
He was in the cocoon.
I said, yeah, buddy.
And then your mama said, "Get your stink ass in the shower."
My bad. What movie was that from?
That's crazy.
Crazy. Buddy. Well, that probably be my last question, because these kids gonna be waking up in 4 hours.
I know. I got 4 of them at my house today, so you know, friends stand the night. So, huh?
I said, "What's for breakfast?"
Cereal.
Breakfast. Yeah.
I bought cereal and milk at Walmart today. They better.
I know that's right.
That boy said I ain't cooking no bacon and eggs. I ain't buying pancakes.
And they parents better be on time to pick their ass up too.
Cereal.
That's crazy. Look how many people is up though. Everybody popping in here at 3:00 in the morning. That's because TikTok gone. They trying to find something to do. Y'all, everybody go follow and like the page. I was just playing.
Melissa, Chrissy, we gonna send y'all an invite from the page, and then we'll send y'all a message with the link for next week.
The link.
And then we'll follow up probably like next Thursday to see if y'all want to join. DeAndre, Battle will send y'all an invite too. I know Dre, you said you got to work on Saturday, so It may not work. We'll let you know. We'll see what happens.
He said he free on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm free on Saturday.
It's on Friday though.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about from when anybody too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We you know what? We'll push it to next Saturday.
I mean, I don't want to mess up. Y'all can do Friday, but
no, it all work. Either way,
Okay.
it work. So if y'all free, we'll push it for next one.
it just depends on what time y'all was started on Friday. Like if y'all start at 9, okay, cool. I can give it about an hour. But if y'all start like 10, that's my bedtime.
That's a responsible adult right there. He got his pajamas on and everything. He ready.
Okay.
he about to get off this live and go, Ahana means family.
Yeah, buddy. I ain't got no dog on it.
That's how you know we all dads in this mother.
Hey, when DeAndre sleep, he sleep like this.
With his thumb in his
Chrissy,
mouth.
Melissa, we appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. We'll catch y'all next week. Everybody
night,
else,
Melissa.
y'all like the page, follow, subscribe. And if y'all want to get on, send us a message and we'll catch y'all next week as well.
Tell them where they can find us at. We on X,
Thank you, Chris.
not TikTok, obviously. Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music.
Spotify.
Did I miss one?
We still on TikTok. We just can't get to it.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, we on
If you
Twitch.
in China, we on TikTok.
We on Twitch. So if you ever on there and want to pop in a pal, let us know.
We got a few Twitch followers on there too. So all right, we'll catch y'all next week.
Yo, thanks for coming on, y'all.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Yep.